Blog Talk Radio.
Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics, and welcome to Taylor's Detroit Sports Show on Blog Talk Radio. I'm Taylor Phillips. Sunday, December 7th, 2014, 11 o'clock to 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Lions get a big victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 34-17, same exact score they beat the Bears on Thanksgiving Thursday. Stafford went 26-34 with 311 yards and 4 touchdowns. 10, 17. Good. Yeah. Matt Prater also went 2 for 2. Calvin Johnson. Caught 10 passes for 159 yards and 1 touchdown, which was the first score of the game. A 6-yard fade route in the back of the end zone with both feet down. It was the 43rd 100-plus yard game of Megatron's career. Tied for 12th all-time, and the 20th time in his career he's had 100-plus yard performances in consecutive games. Joique Bell got 18 carries for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Joseph Fourier got a touchdown reception as well. The Lions defense only allowed 17 points on 233 total yards, although they made some very costly penalties. A couple of them to end the second quarter with a Tampa Bay Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans scored both touchdown receptions. You can call in at 646-478-4837. That's the number to call to share your opinion. So the Lions take on the Minnesota Vikings at 4:25 next Sunday on Fox. Vikings beat the Jets 30-24 in overtime. The Jets stink. The Vikings are catching on a bit. They're a bit hungry, trying to catch a playoff spot. The Lions are trying to capture the NFC North Championship. They're trying to catch the Packers. They'll probably have to beat the Packers at Lambeau Field for the first time since 1991 on December 23rd, I think, in that year. That's on the final regular season game. As usual, about every 2 years or so. The Lions play the Bears in between the Vikings and Packers. It's all NFC North matchups all the time, the rest of the way. I do think the Lions will make the playoffs, definitely. The Lions will have to step it up a couple notches against the Vikings, but the Bears are struggling. They got thrashed by the Cowboys 41-28, as I mentioned before in episode 111 on Spreaker and iHeartRadio. on Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, in association with the NFL on CBS. So the Bears are now 5-8 already. The Vikings are 6-7. The Vikings might not get a playoff spot. They're 6-7. The Lions are 9-4. The Packers are 9-3. If the Packers lose, the Lions will tie the Packers for first place in the NFC North Division. What are your thoughts right now? 646-478-4837 is the number to call. Call in right now. Write this number down. 646-478-4837. Well, after a poor performance against Florida, the Red Wings beat the Dallas Stars and they beat the New York Rangers last night with 2 big 5-on-3 penalty kills last night. Then they head to Carolina and whoop on the Hurricanes, ground the Hurricanes 3-1 in the RBC Center. The Wings are now tied with the Tampa Bay Lightning for first place in the Eastern Conference with 39 points. Can you believe that? Wow. The Red Wings are actually getting a lot better than they have the last 5 seasons. They've suffered less injuries than they have the past 5 seasons. They're a much better team. They really are. If you want to talk about the Wings too, you can call in at 646-478-4837. That's the number to call if you want to talk about anything Detroit sports, even the Tigers. I'm probably not gonna they're not listed in my topics for this episode, but you can talk with me about them too. The Pistons obviously are now 3-18 under head coach Stan Van Gundy. This has gone horribly wrong. The Pistons lost to the 76ers at the Palace. The Sixers are now 2-18 on the year thus far. The Pistons also lost to the Thunder tonight. Thunder are now 6-13. The Pistons also lost to the Celtics in overtime. Pistons played 2 straight games in overtime, Wednesday and Saturday. Tonight they allowed less than 100 points and still lost. Still found another way to lose. Just almost intentionally get behind on the scoreboard. And that's just self-humiliating. Stan Van Gundy's really got to be PO'd accordingly. Watching the Patriots-Chargers game in progress as I multitask, as I do this podcast. Pats lead the Chargers in San Diego 16-14. Patriots are calling for a illegal block in the back on a punt return. 8:53 left in the fourth. Lions-Vikings game has been moved to 4:25, by the way, on Fox. Oh, I already mentioned that, but yeah, this is a broadcast, so I can mention as many times as I want to. Pistons play the Portland Trailblazers next Tuesday. I mean, this Tuesday. And then they go on the Pacific Coast starting Friday in Phoenix at 9 against the Suns. And then they visit the Sacramento Kings Saturday at 10. Then on Monday, they conclude their West Coast road trip and Pacific Coast road trip in LA against the Clippers, 10:30. That also begins my 2014-2015 winter break from school, from CMU. Those games can be seen on Fox Sports Detroit and Fox Sports Detroit Plus. Blazers, Pistons on Fox Sports Detroit. You can listen to all Pistons games on Detroit Sports 105.1, WMGC FM in Royal Oak, HD1 in the Detroit area. Online at DetroitSports1051.com and on the Detroit Sports 105.1 mobile app, and on TuneIn Radio on Detroit Sports 105.1. Detroit Sports 105.1 is a very awesome radio station that talks more sensible Detroit sports, like all the time. As for the Red Wings, they have off until Wednesday Night Rivalry on NBCSN with Mike Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk on the call as the Toronto Maple Leafs come skating into Joe Louis Arena. Puck drop at 8 o'clock. Then the Wings seek revenge against the Florida Panthers at the Joe Friday at 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. Then the Red Wings rematch with the Maple Leafs one more time this upcoming Saturday at 7 at Air Canada Centre on Fox Sports Detroit, CBC's Hockey Night in Canada, and the NHL Network in the U.S. I absolutely love the way the Wings are playing. I absolutely hate the way the Pistons are playing as a team. Still way too many wide open threes being allowed by their oh so confused defense. I had to watch tonight's Pistons game on mute because I'm tired of hearing George Blaha and Greg Kelser talking too softly.
I want you here. What's your problem there, pal? Can't I get a bit of sleep? Don't talk me.
I mean, there's nothing positive to say about this 3-18 record. There's nothing positive to say about the 76ers loss. Pistons also lost to the Lakers 106-96. Oh, they fought hard. This and that, that's all that matters. Screw you.
I want you here. What's your problem there, pal? Can't I get a bit of sleep? Don't talk me.
You're still not winning games, Pistons. Your defense is crap. Way too many wide open threes. Way too many easy layups allowed. That's just piss poor, awful defense. The Pistons are on pace to finish 3-79 on the season. The way I look at this, they just never win. They just don't. Your thoughts on the Pistons? 646-478-4837. Again, that number to call to share your opinion is 646-478-4837. This is live and will be recorded and archived. As always, I'm simulcasting on YouTube. This is Taylor's Detroit Sports Show, Sunday, December 7th, 2014, 11 o'clock to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Taylor Phillips. Let's move on to college basketball. The Michigan Wolverines got upset by the New Jersey Institute of Technology Highlanders at Chrysler Center. (72-70) yesterday afternoon. Michigan now plays Eastern Michigan Tuesday. The Wolverines fall to 6-2. The Highlanders improved to 3-5. The Wolverines also allowed plenty of wide open threes. That's about as bad as the Pistons' defense, as far as I can tell. Michigan State easily handled Arkansas Pine Bluff. Spartans 85, Golden Lions 52. The Spartans are off for final exams week until Sunday, December 14th. That's a week from today, and when they host the Oakland Golden Grizzlies at 8 o'clock. That's going to be televised on BTN for sure. Nope, it's on ESPNU. I stand corrected. It's not on BTN, it's on ESPNU and ESPN3.com and on the Watch ESPN mobile app if you subscribe. Also, the Chippewas get beat by Spartans. Also, but before that, the Spartans lose to Notre Dame 79-78 in overtime. They just blew that one. Michigan almost blew one to Syracuse, but held on 66-65. That's 68-65 in regulation. Now to CMU. My Chippewas get slammed by Bradley at Bradley, the Braves, 84-73. Oh, back to the Pistons game against the Thunder tonight. People are commenting that the decision to hand it to Josh Smith to shoot a three for the win was a bad idea.
I want you here. What's your problem there, pal? Can't you sweep? Don't talk me.
Pistons fans are so negative on Josh Smith. Well, he makes a lot of mistakes, but he's usually a good three-point shooter. And I thought it was a good idea. Because that shot could have gone in the final seconds of the fourth quarter. To say it was a bad decision sounds silly. I got a reply to my comment from Detroit Sports Nation on Facebook on that. They said it was a bad idea. I said it was a good idea. Josh Smith is very bad at the free throw line, but he's very good from behind the three-point shooting line. He's good from beyond the arc. Okay, back to college basketball. Western lost to Northeastern. Western Michigan Broncos lost to the Northeastern Huskies 81-69. The Eastern Michigan Eagles also lost to the Dayton Flyers 73-64. The Oakland Golden Grizzlies, speaking of which, beat the Morehead State Eagles 70-68 in overtime. And finally, the Detroit Mercy Titans beat the South Florida Bulls at home 67-57 to round out the college basketball weekend. Upcoming games starting tomorrow night. The Titans take on Madonna at 7 in Detroit at Detroit Mercy at the University of Detroit Mercy. The Eastern Michigan Eagles and Michigan Wolverines clash at 9 p.m. Tuesday. That is on ESPNU. Then on Saturday, the Titans welcome in 8th-ranked Wichita State at noon. Wait a second. Was that right? Hang on a second. Yeah. Yeah, that's men's basketball. So yeah, the men's basketball Titans welcome the Wichita State Shockers at noon. The Titans women's basketball team plays Southeastern Missouri State at noon. The Titans women's basketball team is 2-4. Michigan takes on Arizona Saturday at 5:15. They take on the number 3 ranked Wildcats. And then on Sunday, number 19 Michigan State, as I mentioned before, takes on Oakland at 8 at the Breslin Center. Western Michigan Broncos travel to Pacific to take on the Pacific Tigers at 8. And that concludes your week ahead of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show on Blog Talk Radio, Sunday, December 7th, 2014. I have gotten 0 callers, so 5 minutes left on the show. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Gotta get ready for bed. I gotta do some more studying tomorrow, starting in the morning. I'm tired. I had a good broadcast. I had a good couple broadcasts for tonight, so everybody rest easy. Go Detroit, go Lions, go Wings, go Pistons, or whatever. Go blue, go green, go maroon. And go brown. I'm a Chippewa though. Anyway, TTFN, ta-ta for now. I'll be back Tuesday night on Spreaker and iHeartRadio for episode 112 of Taylor's Detroit Sports, and then back here Sunday at 11 on December 14th at 11 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio.